Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm so glad you clicked on this video because today we're diving into something big, something surprising, and honestly, something that will completely change the way you think about wealth and success. Make sure you stick around until the end, because this story isn't just about Elon Musk or a pastor, it's about you, and how you can tap into a kind of wealth the world can't measure. 1. The hook: richer than Elon Musk? When people hear the word rich, one name almost always comes first: Elon Musk. He's worth hundreds of billions of dollars, making him one of the wealthiest men alive. His fortune isn't just numbers, it's rockets, electric cars, satellites, and futuristic projects that shape the world. He's the poster child of modern wealth, the man who can buy almost anything money can touch. But here's the twist: what if I told you someone else is richer than him? Not another billionaire, not a monarch or celebrity, but a pastor. Yes, a pastor. Someone who doesn't own factories, doesn't run a tech empire, and doesn't have a single share on Wall Street. Yet, this man's wealth overshadows Musk's in ways no financial magazine can measure. It sounds unbelievable, but that's only because we've been taught to measure wealth in just one narrow dimension, the one tied to money. But true wealth is deeper, wider, and far more lasting. 2. The fragility of Musk's fortune. Musk's fortune is staggering, but also incredibly fragile. His net worth can swing by billions in a single day depending on the stock price of Tesla or market conditions. Imagine waking up in the morning $10 billion richer, then going to bed $10 billion poorer. That's the reality of financial wealth. It moves like the tide, coming and going with little warning. One global disruption, one market crash, or one failed venture, and fortunes can evaporate. What looks like unshakable success is often built on fragile foundations. Musk may look invincible at the top of the Forbes list, but even his empire sits on shifting sand. His billions exist only as numbers in accounts and valuations, numbers that can change with a single headline. Material wealth is temporary, and no matter how much you have, it can all disappear in an instant. The richest man today could be forgotten tomorrow. 3. The pastor's hidden fortune. Now, let's turn to the pastor. Unlike Musk, he doesn't care about market charts or stock prices. He doesn't lose sleep over inflation, interest rates, or hostile takeovers. His wealth isn't stored in banks or investments, it's stored in people. Every sermon he preaches that brings light to someone's darkness, every prayer whispered that lifts a soul, every life transformed through his ministry, those are priceless deposits in a bank that never closes. His fortune isn't measured in billions but in changed lives. His empire isn't built with steel, glass, or factories, but with faith, love, and hope. And here's the catch: no billionaire, no matter how rich, can buy that kind of wealth. Because the most valuable things in life, peace, redemption, purpose, eternal hope, are never for sale. Musk may control rockets, but the pastor carries treasures untouchable by time, economy, or decay. 4. The legacy outlasts the empire. Technology is dazzling, but even the most advanced inventions eventually fade. Tesla's electric cars, revolutionary as they are today, will one day become outdated. SpaceX rockets that awe us now will one day sit in museums, relics of another era. Neuralink may succeed spectacularly, or it may vanish as another failed experiment. Even if every invention lasts a century, time will eventually erase them. The pastor's legacy, however, cannot be erased. His impact isn't tied to machines or products, it's tied to human hearts. The father who put down the bottle and went home to his family after hearing a sermon. The teenager who stepped away from despair because someone prayed for them. The mother who found courage to rebuild her life after loss. These stories ripple across generations, outlasting any empire. They don't rust. They don't expire. They don't fail. That's the kind of wealth that dwarfs even the greatest empires. 5. Wealth the world can't count. Here's the shocking truth. The pastor richer than Elon Musk isn't just one person. It represents countless men and women across the globe. Some pastor congregations of thousands, while others shepherd tiny groups in rural villages. Some are well known, but most are anonymous, living and serving faithfully without recognition. They don't own private jets or luxury estates. In fact, many of them struggle financially, living with far less than society would call success. Yet in the truest economy, the one not bound by time or money, they are billionaires. Their wealth is measured in eternal impact, in the lives they've touched, in hope restored and faith renewed. While the world counts wealth in dollars, they count it in souls. And that's a kind of fortune no market crash can erase, no inflation can shrink, no government can tax, and no thief can steal. 6. What this means for us. So, what does this mean for you and me? It changes the way we define wealth. Real riches are not about digits in a bank account, but about how much of ourselves we pour into others. Elon Musk's story dominates the headlines, but the pastor's story dominates eternity. And the good news is you don't need billions to become rich in this way. Every kind word you speak, every moment you choose to encourage someone, every time you help a person in need, you're building a treasure that outlasts time. You are richer than you realize if you measure your fortune in the lives you touch. The pastor's wealth isn't a secret reserved for a few, it's an invitation to all of us. True wealth is open to anyone willing to invest in people instead of possessions. And in the end, that wealth will matter far more than anything money can buy. 7. The closing truth. So yes, the headline is bold, the only pastor richer than Elon Musk. But the truth is, it's not just one pastor. It's anyone who chooses to live for more than money, more than status, more than possessions. Musk may own rockets, but the pastor owns a legacy. Musk may chase Mars, but the pastor points to eternity. Musk may dominate markets, but the pastor dominates an impact that never fades. When you put those side by side, the contest isn't even close. True wealth isn't measured in billions, it's measured in love, in impact, and in the lives you leave better than you found them. By that measure, the richest people in the world may not be billionaires at all. They may be pastors. They may be mentors. They may even be you. Thanks so much for watching. I truly appreciate you being part of this journey. If this video gave you something to think about, do me a favor. Hit that like button, share it with a friend, and let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I love hearing your perspectives. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and join this community. We've got so many more conversations like this coming your way. Until next time, remember, real wealth isn't in what you hold in your hands, it's in the lives you touch. See you in the next one.